Toss-up 1. Earth and space multiple choice. Which of the following is characteristic of orthochemical carbonate rocks but not of allochemical carbonate rocks? W. Fossils from other locations. 10. Intraclasts within a micrite matrix. Y. Buids in a sperry-calcite matrix. Z. Clear, granular carbonate. Answer. Z. Clear, granular carbonate. Bonus 1. Earth and space short answer. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky at night, with an apparent magnitude of about -1, and the Sun is the brightest star in the sky during the day, with an apparent magnitude of about -26. Expressing your answer as a power of 10, approximately how many times as bright does the Sun appear in the sky compared to Sirius? Answer, 10 to the 10th power. Toss-up 2. Biology. Multiple choice. Which of the following plant hormones is manufactured primarily in the shoot tips, in embryos, and in parts of developing flowers and seeds? W. Auxins. 10. Cytokinins. Y. Gibberellins. Z. Ethylene. Answer. W. Auxins. Bonus 2. Biology. Multiple choice. What is the most immediate role for the protons produced from water photolysis during photosynthesis? W. React with oxygen to make water. 10. Acidify the mitochondrial matrix and provide fuel for chemiosmosis. Y. Contribute to the proton gradient in the thylakoid and ultimately provide energy to make ATP. Z. Combine with carbon dioxide during sugar synthesis. Answer. Y. Contribute to the proton gradient in the thylakoid and ultimately provide energy to make ATP. Toss-up 3. Math. Multiple choice. While eating out, you and your friend both tip the server $2. Your tip is 10% of your bill, while your friend's is 20%. What is the difference, in dollars, between your bills? W. 2. 10. 4. Y. 5. Z. 10. Answer. Z. 10. Bonus 3. Math. Short answer. What is the smallest positive number other than 3 that, when divided by 4, 5, 6, or 7, has a remainder of 3? Answer, 423. Toss-up 4. Energy short answer. What form of petroleum deposit, abundant in Canada and Venezuela, contains naturally occurring mixtures of sand, clay, water, and a dense and extremely viscous form of petroleum? Answer. Oil sands. Bonus 4. Energy multiple choice. According to a study at Argonne National Laboratories, what is the net energy gain or loss, expressed as a ratio, from producing a gallon of ethanol from corn? W, negative 0.95. 10, positive 1.0. Y, positive 1.1. Z, positive 1.3. Answer. Z, positive 1.3. Toss-up 5. Physics. Short answer. What fundamental physical constant is a baseline that gives the value of the absolute dielectric constant of a classical vacuum? Answer. Permittivity constant. Bonus 5. Physics. Multiple choice. A cord making a 60-degree angle with the floor pulls on a crate with a tension of 100 newtons along a 10-meter distance. How much work, in joules, is done on the crate by the pulling cord? W, 0. 10, 50. Y, 500. Z, 5,000. Answer. Y, 500. Toss-up 6. Chemistry. Multiple choice. Consider the dissociation of weak hydrofluoric acid into fluoride and hydronium ions, and a solution in which this reaction is at equilibrium. Which of the following additions would shift the equilibrium to the right? W. Calcium fluoride. 10. Sulfuric acid. Y. Ammonia. Z. Ammonium chloride. Answer. Y. Ammonia. Bonus 6. Chemistry. Short answer. Place the following 4 molecules in order from lowest to highest melting point. 1. NaF, 2. CH4, 3. F2, 4. Ca. Answer. 3, 2, 4, 1. Toss-up 7. Earth and space. Short answer. The most distant quasar known has a redshift of Z equals 6. Its emission is dominated by the Lyman alpha hydrogen line, which has a laboratory wavelength of 1216 angstroms. To two significant figures, and in angstroms, what is the wavelength of the Lyman alpha line observed in the quasar? Answer. 7,300. Bonus 7. Earth and space. Multiple choice. Which of the following statements about limestone and dolostone is true? W. The primary cation present in dolostone is magnesium, while in limestone, it is calcium. 10. Both limestone and dolostone have high solubility in HCl, making them difficult to distinguish in the field. Y. Dolostone's primary mineral compound has 2 CO32- anions, while limestone's primary mineral compound has only 1 CO32- anion. Z. Unlike limestone, which is composed primarily of the mineral calcite, dolostone is considered both a rock and a mineral. Answer. Why? Dolostone's primary mineral compound has 2 CO32- anions, while limestone's primary mineral compound has only 1 CO32- anion. Toss-up 8. Energy multiple choice. Which of the following elements is part of the cladding and used as a corrosion-resistant alloy to coat pellets of uranium dioxide prior to fuel rod production? W. Cadmium. 10. Zirconium. Y. Titanium. Z. Silver. Answer. 10. Zirconium. Bonus 8. Energy short answer. Indicate all of the following 3 statements that are true of biodiesel. 1. Biodiesel has better lubricating properties and much higher cetane ratings than today's lower sulfur diesel fuels. 2. Animal fats, algae, and soybean oil are all used to produce biofuels. 3. A biodiesel blend with 80% petroleum diesel is labeled B80. Answer 1 and 2. Toss-up 9. Math. Short answer. Identify all of the following 3 logical conclusions that follow from the statement all A are B. 1. All B are A. 2. If C is A, then C is also B. 3. If C is not A, then C is not B. Answer 2 only. Bonus 9. Math. Short answer. Dylan has a stamp collection. When Michael asked how many stamps he had, Dylan replied, "When I count by 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6s, there is always one stamp left over, but if I count by 7s, then there are none left over." What is the fewest number of stamps Dylan might have? Answer 301. Toss-up 10. Physics. Short answer. How many seconds does it take for a solid cylinder to go from 10 radians per second to 70 radians per second if the moment of inertia is 50 kg/meters squared and a torque of 200 Newton meters is applied? Answer 15. Bonus 10. Physics. Multiple choice. If an object immersed in water experiences a buoyant force of 19.6 times 10 cubed newtons, assuming that the density of water is 1,000 kilograms per meter cubed, what is the immersed volume of the object? W. 2.0 m cubed. 10. 1.0 m cubed. Y. 2.0 centimeter cubed. Z. 1.0 centimeter cubed. Answer. W. 2.0 m cubed. Toss-up 11. Biology. Multiple choice. Which of the following is not an example of negative feedback? W. Excess ATP inhibiting phosphofructokinase. 10. High blood glucose causing insulin release. Y. Secretion of cortisol inhibiting ACTH release. Z. Release of platelet activating factor during clotting. Answer. Z. Release of platelet activating factor during clotting. Bonus 11. Biology. Short answer. Identify all of the following 4 hormones that are released by the pituitary gland: 1. Growth hormone, 2. Prolactin, 3. Cortisol, 4. Epinephrine. Answer 1 and 2. Toss-up 12. Chemistry. Multiple choice. In chemical kinetics, which of the following types of reactions has a half-life that is directly proportional to the initial reactant concentration? W. 0 order. 10. First order. Y. Second order. Z. Third order. Answer. W. 0 order. Bonus 12. Chemistry. Short answer. Providing your unitless answer to 2 significant figures, determine the bond order of N2+. Answer 2.5. Toss-up 13. Math. Short answer. What is the maximum possible number of intersection points of a circle and a square? Answer. 8. Bonus 13. Math. Short answer. The positive integers 60, 72, and n have the property that the product of any 2 of them is divisible by the third. What is the smallest possible value of n? Answer 30. Toss-up 14. Physics. Short answer. What is the principal quantum number of the only orbital of the hydrogen atom that has no angular dependence? Answer 1. Bonus 14. Physics. Multiple choice. A room has a uniform magnetic field of 0.5 Tesla, directed into the floor. A 2.0 meter copper rod parallel to the floor and with one end pointed toward you is moving to the right with a speed of 100 meters per second. What is the motional electromotive force in volts, and which end, near or far, is at higher potential? W. 25.0, far. 10. 25.0, near. Y. 100.0, far. Z. 100.0, near. Answer. Y. 100.0, far. Toss-up 15. Earth and space multiple choice. Which of the following metamorphic rocks results from shallow depth, low pressure contact metamorphism affiliated with a large igneous intrusion? W. Slate. 10. Gneiss. Y. Hornfels. Z. Blue schist. Answer. Y. Hornfels. Bonus 15. Earth and space multiple choice. The ocean floor near a mid-ocean ridge has which of the following patterns of magnetization? W. The same constant magnetization on both sides. 10. Strips of alternate magnetization on both sides. Y. It is magnetized in one direction on one side and in the opposite direction on the other side. Z. It has no pattern of magnetization. Answer. 10. Strips of alternate magnetization on both sides. Toss-up 16. Chemistry. Multiple choice. Which of the following statements portrays waxes inaccurately? W. Many waxes are natural products. 10. Waxes help plants eliminate excess water. Y. Paraffin waxes do not contain ester functional groups. Z. Earwax contains both phospholipids and esters of cholesterol. Answer. 10. Waxes help plants eliminate excess water. Bonus 16. Chemistry. Short answer. Assume that 1 mole of each of the following 3 salts is dissolved in 1 liter of water. By name or number, give the 3 solutions from the one with the lowest freezing point to the one with the highest freezing point. 1. Aluminum sulfate. 2. Calcium nitrate. 3. Sodium fluoride. Answer 1, 2, 3. Toss-up 17. Biology. Multiple choice. Which of the following is an organic dietary requirement that is only needed in small amounts? W. Vitamins. 10. Minerals. Y. Enzymes. Z. Coenzymes. Answer. W. Vitamins. Bonus 17. Biology. Short answer. Identify all of the following 4 molecules that are known to act as second messengers: 1. Cyclic AMP, 2. Diacylglycerol, 3. Glycine, 4. Serotonin. Answer 1 and 2. Toss-up 18. Energy multiple choice. Which of the following types of fuel cell is most commonly used in vehicles? W. Alkaline. 10. Polymer electrolyte membrane. Y. Solid oxide. Z. Phosphoric acid. Answer. 10. Polymer electrolyte membrane. Bonus 18. Energy short answer. Compounds such as luminol and luciferin demonstrate what property upon oxidation, which can be understood as a ground state reactant becoming a singlet excited product, which then emits a photon as it transitions back to the ground state? Answer. Chemiluminescence. Toss-up 19. Earth and space multiple choice. Why does dolostone weather to a brownish-colored rock? W. Iron occurs in small amounts, replacing some of the magnesium in dolomite. 10. Copper ions replace magnesium in dolostone as groundwater permeates the rock. Why? Aluminum ions replace the calcium in the dolomite compounds, and there is a reaction between aluminum and the remaining magnesium ions. Z. Magnesium ions replace the calcium ions in dolostone compounds. Answer. W. Iron occurs in small amounts, replacing some of the magnesium in dolomite. Bonus 19. Earth and space multiple choice. Blue-green algae produces mats that trap and bind microcrystalline carbonates as incoming tides sweep over the sand, producing what kind of carbonate rock structure? W. Crystalline veins. 10. Laminations. Y. Ripples and crossbedding. Z. Stylites. Answer. 10. Laminations. Toss-up 20. Math. Short answer. If you think of the fingers on your hand as being 10 binary digits, 0 if the finger is down and 1 if the finger is up, then what is the biggest base 10 number you can count to on your fingers? Answer. 1023. Bonus 20. Math. Short answer. Which of the following is not an antiderivative for sine of x times cosine of x? W. 1/2 sine squared of x. 10. Negative 1/2 cosine squared of x. Y. 1/4 sine of 2x. Z. Negative 1/4 cosine of 2x. Answer. Y. 1/4 sine of 2x. Toss-up 21. Biology. Short answer. What hormone, secreted from pinealocytes, is thought to be responsible for the regulation of the body's circadian rhythms? Answer. Melatonin. Bonus 21. Biology. Multiple choice. If the ambient temperature drops 10 degrees Celsius, what would happen to the body temperature of a rabbit and a snake, respectively? W. It would drop linearly for the rabbit and exponentially for the snake. 10. It would stay the same for the rabbit and drop linearly for the snake. Y. It would stay the same for the rabbit and drop exponentially for the snake. Z. It would drop linearly for the rabbit and for the snake. Answer. 10. It would stay the same for the rabbit and drop linearly for the snake. Toss-up 22. Chemistry. Short answer. What type of reduction reaction generally employs a metal such as ruthenium, platinum, nickel, or palladium as a catalyst, and is used to transform alkenes to alkanes in a chamber pressurized with hydrogen gas? Answer. Hydrogenation. Bonus, 22. Chemistry. Short answer. The approximate molar mass of copper is 63.6 grams per mole. Given that a copper electrode must be oxidized into copper, 2 ions to plate 1 mole of silver, 1 ions onto a silver electrode, give the reduction of mass, in grams, of the copper electrode, as well as the number of moles of electrons that have flowed from the copper to the silver electrode to plate 1 mole of silver. Answer: 31.8 grams copper, 1 mole of electrons. Toss-up, 23. Physics. Multiple choice. Unstable particles muons, pions, kaons, and sigmas have half-life times in the range of which of the following? W, 10 to the negative 6 to 10 to the negative 23 seconds. 10 to the negative 1 to 10 to the negative 3 seconds. Y, 10 to 1 seconds. Z, 10 to the negative 1 to 10 to the negative 8 seconds. Answer: W, 10 to the negative 6 to 10 to the negative 23 seconds. Bonus, 23. Physics. Short answer. Nuclear magnetic resonance, electron spin resonance spectroscopy, and Mossbauer spectroscopy are all based on what physical effect that is associated with the splitting of spectral lines in the presence of a magnetic field. Answer: Zeeman effect.